Hey guys, welcome back to Oregon Bass Fishing. This week we're going to do some cold water winter fishing. Alright guys, so this week I caught a couple of bass in some really deep cold water. The water was like 44 degrees. I was catching fish in about 45, 50 feet of water. It's kind of a fun way to do it, but it is difficult, and there's some kind of key things you need to understand in order to catch them this way. So I'm going to try and kind of break this down real quick for you and see if I can explain this with kind of a picture here. So basically what you've got is, here's a lake. This is the lake we're going to use. It's got some contours here. And what happens as the water cools after fall is the outside temperature above the water is cooling the water at the surface. And so what that does is it creates a layering effect, a thermocline, where the colder water is sitting on top of warmer water. And they're different densities. That's why it creates kind of a layer. You might have seen this, if you see a shot that's got different layers of different kinds of alcohol, or even in science class, oil and water don't mix. It's kind of the same idea, but we're talking temperatures of water, and the viscosity is based off of the temperature of the water. So basically, what a bass is going to do in the wintertime is it's going to stay in that warmer water, which is typically deeper. And what they're probably going to set up on, for the most part, is somewhere where they can move quickly from different depths to different depths. So somewhere that's got a quick drop off. So you'll see here, I've put some fish on here of where the fish would set up in this scenario, where there's a spot where there's quick drop off. Now you say, well, on the other side, it's got the same depth of water. Correct, but they would have to swim further to get deeper or shallower. Instead of going just straight up and down, they're going to have to travel a distance. So they know that, and they're going to set up on these places where they can adjust their temperature accordingly, quickly and easily, with minimal effort. That's basically what you're looking for, is that warmer water, somewhere where the bass can move up and down to keep itself comfortable to the water column, and then basically you want to put something in front of their face. A couple of the things you want to consider is wind direction. So if wind is pushing, let's say that the wind here is pushing from left to right of the screen, what it's going to do is create kind of a rolling effect where it's pushing that colder water towards that right-hand side of the screen, towards that bank, and it's going to sort of build up, and it'll look something like this, where you may have warm water that's a little bit shallower on one side of the lake than the other. So, if you're on one side and you're catching them in, say 30 feet of water, they may be in 20 feet of water on the other side of the lake based on the wind direction. And then obviously, same goes for if it's going the other way around. As that colder water on the top layer keeps getting cooler and cooler, eventually it reaches 39.2 degrees Fahrenheit, its maximum density or heaviness, and it will sink. So what happens at that point is what's called turnover. Basically, that cold water gets too heavy to be sustained on top of the warmer water, and it starts to blend and mix together. All right, so I basically explained how the water works and how the bass stack up in the wintertime, but how did I find them on this particular day? So I actually had a buddy that patterned these fish between 40 and 50 feet a couple days before I went out there. So I didn't need a depth finder to go around and look for fish and basically drop on top of them. So what I did is I pulled up my Navionics app on my phone, and I cut out all of the water that was not between 40 and 50, and I just started slowly working my way around from the boat launch. All I did was, through a drop shot, basically dead sticking it, keeping it on the bottom and letting the wind just push me around and basically drift me over those contours until I found something. And then, I caught 2 right back to back in the same exact spot. Kept fishing in that spot for a while and didn't catch any more. But, in the wintertime, if you catch one, stay there and fish it out, because there's likely going to be one or many more. So by doing this video, you guys, I wanted to tell you, do not be afraid of the cold weather. The bass are still out there. They haven't gone away. They are a lot harder to catch. You're going to want to slow everything down, but don't hang up your fishing rods during the wintertime, especially if you got nothing better to do. Go out and find them. It's really rewarding to catch them in that kind of situation. So make sure you dress warm, be smart, wear your PFD in the cold weather, or wear a dry suit, but get out there and do some fishing. Alright guys, well thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. A lot of people have been telling me they really like the way I do the breakdowns on these videos, so please comment below if you do like that. Hit the thumbs up button, and please subscribe, and we'll see you next time.